Hi, I'm Krystal. I have ACAP, which is acquired cerebellar ataxia progression. I acquired my ataxia after a brain tumor when I was 18. My parents and I at the time were told that my ataxia was not progressive. And just like a lot of other acquired ataxians, now about 25 to 30% are being told that, in fact, we do have uh, deteriorating or atrophying cerebellums. Um, Most people are not aware that ataxia is both genetic and it can be acquired. It can be acquired, like I said, through a brain tumor, through a stroke. You can have an aneurysm, any kind of vitamin deficiency. It can also be chemical or drug related. Um, any kind of dependencies. Um, Regardless of how you have ataxia, we all have had to learn how to adapt and how to be as normal as we can in life. Um, have families, have careers, everything else we we want to accomplish. Um, and I'm no different, but you definitely have to figure it all out, and you have to figure it out what works best for you. Um, when I had my daughter, um, I guess that was probably I mean, other than after my tumor initially, um, that having my daughter was probably the most I had to adapt because just like any other parent, you have to, your whole world changes. And I mean, I left it, but anybody that has a disability has to make more allowances and more changes. Um, but I was very blessed with her because she was a very laid back, sweet natured little girl. So I was very blessed with that. Um, and we also need to think about that we need to work out as much as we can and keep all of our muscles from atrophying and getting weaker so that we can continue to be around our family and friends and do things. Um, Something I did want to talk about uh, right now it is something that I've been struggling with in the last few months. Um, and we will all eventually have to deal with it if you haven't already. And that is, having to lose your abilities when it comes to work. Um, and being able to be successful. Personally, for me, you know, I was able to work full time, and then I had to, not work as many hours in a day. And then I had to eventually um, take days off. And it was very hard on me, but I had to fight through it, and until eventually I just couldn't. Um, and then when you get to the point to where your speech is affected, and your connection to type quickly when you're a graphic designer like I am, those are very detrimental to, to that. So yeah, that, and then when you work in the tech field, um, anybody that has a better understanding of today's technology is going to quickly outdo anything you can do. So, so yeah, that didn't work out too well for me. But so now I'm trying to find new things for me to do, maybe not as demanding, I guess would be the word. Um, yeah, finding a new normal after you've found new normals several times in your life is not easy. And when you get older, and you have to forget everything that you knew, that's a hard pill to swallow. And I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, but the best tool that we have as Ataxians is um, each other. Because when we lose the support of those friends or those people we work for or work with, um, then we don't we that can really be hard on us, and we can really, loss of self from that, and go downhill and even go into a depression, you know. So our best tool is to be there for each other, because, like I said before, doctors and researchers don't understand what we're dealing with, all of it. And, you know, uh, if we can't explain to those around us about our own ataxia, then how are they going to understand it? So we know better than anybody about each other's ataxia. So again, that's our best tool, is to be there, be supportive of each other, and don't push each other, but definitely be there for each other. And because it's important no matter what kind of ataxia you have.